Alrighty, folks, we're 3-0 in our last three underdog tier membership plays on my premium page. And if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video here today that I actually like the most, I've got another underdog tier package play going off here today for Monday. That play's already posted and ready for access. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to my what are we doing here? Major League Baseball free pick video here today for Monday, September 8th, 2025. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you're coming off a fantastic weekend. And if you're joining me for the first time here today, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. And with that, folks, we're going to dive right into some free content. Going to start off with the Royals at the Guardians, 6:40 Eastern first pitch. Cleveland's minus $1.20, totals 8.5. Slade Ciccone for the Guardians, Ryan Bergert for Kansas City. Now, Bergert's recorded just one loss on the year, currently has an ERA of 2.61. Meanwhile, Cleveland's Slade Ciccone has got a handful of wins on the year, 91 punch-outs for the righty. 2 out of the Guardians' last 3 at Progressive Field stayed under the total. Royals games went 8-2 to the under in their last 10. I like the under 8.5 runs. Nationals Marlins 6:40 East. Miami's $1.35, totals 8. Jansen Junk for the Marlins. Cade Cavalli for Washington. Now, Cavalli's recorded just one loss on the year himself. Nats have played some pretty good baseball over the past week or so. Nats got the W in 5 out of their last 6 games. They actually scored 30 total runs during that span. James Wood leads the team in homers and ribbies. C.J. Abrams with 28 stolen bases. On-base percentage in the 300s. They're facing a Marlins club who lost 5 out of their last 6 themselves. Pitching staff was pretty bad during that stretch. And that's really not overly surprising. The Marlins allow nearly 5.1 runs a game on the mound. And as good as starting pitcher Jansen Junk's been in several starts, he's now seen his ERA creep up into the 4s. Miami games went 60% to the over in their last 10. 3 out of Washington's last 4 on the road got over the total themselves. I like the Nationals plus $1.15, over 8 runs. All right, next matchup, Mets-Phillies, 6:45 East. New York's $1.25, totals 8. Nolan McLean for the Mets, Aaron Nola for the Phils. Now, the Phillies got the W in 7 out of their last 10 outings. Lineup continues to pound the baseball. Philly averages over 9.2 hits a game at the bank, top 3 in runs per game at home. Kyle Schwarber, 49 homers, 120 RBI, leading the league in that RBI category. And Trey Turner's hitting .305 with 36 stolen bases. And even though Nolan McLean was unhittable in their last meeting with the Phillies, New York's definitely had a tough time getting the W over the weekend. Losers of 3 out of their last 4, averaged under 3.1 runs a game during that span. Of course, as a team, New York has a losing record on the road, losing record in their divisional road games. Now, total-wise, the Mets saw 6 out of their last 10 outings get over the total. I like the Phillies plus 105, over 8. Cubs-Braves, 7:15 East. Chicago's $1.25, totals 8.5. Shota Imanaga for the Cubs. Bryce Elder for Atlanta. Now, Elder's just 6-9 with an ERA of 5.54. Braves have taken the loss in 7 out of their last 10 ball games, having all kinds of problems on the mound. Atlanta's in the bottom 10 in runs allowed at home, and they're facing a Chicago lineup who's actually got little problems getting on the base paths. The Cubs average over 9.1 hits a game on the road, top 3 road scoring team. Kyle Tucker with 25 stolen bases, OPS of 854. And PCA stolen 32 bases this year, leads the lineup in home runs. Cubbies games went 60% to the over in their last 10. 2 out of Atlanta's last 3 at Truist Park got over the line. I like the Cubs minus $1.25, over 8.5. Brewers Rangers 8:05 East. Milwaukee's $1.25, totals 9. Jose Quintana for Milwaukee, Jacob Latz for Texas. Now, the Rangers dropped 3 out of their last 5, and they averaged just 2.2 runs a game during that time frame. And when it comes to offensive production, or lack thereof, the Rangers have definitely struggled getting on the base paths in their own building this year. They're averaging just 7.5 hits a game at Globe Life Field. It's definitely been a tough place to hit at. Meanwhile, Milwaukee on the other side, well, they've done a nice job on the mound in their travels. They're allowing fewer hits a game on the road than any other staff besides one. No real surprise, this Milwaukee pitching staff is in the top 3 in fewest runs allowed. We could see more of the same with Jose Quintana on the mound here today. 11 wins on the year, ERA in the 3s. The Brewers have seen 60% of their interleague games stay under the total. Rangers with unders in 64% of their contests in their own building. I like the Brewers minus $1.25, under 9. Twins Angels 938 East. The Angels are minus $1.25. Totals 9.5. Caden Dana for the Angels. Simeon Woods Richardson for Minnesota. And the righty has had a handful of wins on the year and a winning record. Richardson averaging nearly a strikeout an inning. Of course, as a staff, the Twins have definitely shown some excellent command. They're walking just 2.8 hitters a game on the road. And they're facing an Angels club who's definitely struggled against Twins pitching. LA's averaged just 3.6 runs a game in their last 10 head-to-head gatherings with Minnesota. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. Of course, at the plate, the Angels are striking out 9.9 times a game at the dish, bottom 3 in hits per game. Now, Angel contest went 7-3 to the under in their last 10. 2 out of Minnesota's last 3 on the road stayed under the total themselves. I like the Twins plus 105, under 9.5. Reds Padres 940 East. San Diego's $1.40. Totals 8. Yu Darvish for the Pods. Nick Lodolo for Cincinnati. Now the Reds dropped 6 out of their last 10 ball games, losing record in their travels. For some reason, since he's had a tough time making contact with the baseball, they're in the bottom 10 in strikeouts per game at the plate. They're facing a Padres team who's definitely been tough to hit against at Petco Park. They're fanning over 9.7 hitters a game at home, allowing under 7.1 hits a game on their own diamond. The starting pitcher Yu Darvish comes into today's matchup with a whip of just 1.18. 2 out of the Padres' last 3 home games did stay under the total. I like San Diego minus 140, under 8. Cardinals Mariners 940 East. Seattle's minus 225, totals 8. Brian Wu for the M's. Miles Mikolas for St. Louis. Now, Mikolas is just 7-10 on the year. Cards playing their worst baseball on the road. They're facing a Seattle club who's definitely been tough to hit against at T-Mobile Park. They're allowing just 3.9 runs a game at home. Top 5 in fewest hits allowed on their own field. Starting pitcher Brian Wu's got a dozen wins on the year, along with an ERA of 3.02. The righty's punched out 169 batters and currently has a .97 whip. 6 out of the Mariners' last 10 gatherings with St. Louis did stay under the total. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders go around. Cardinals with unders in 6 out of their last 10 themselves. I like the Mariners minus 1.5, under 8. Diamondbacks Giants 945 East. San Francisco's $1.90. Total 7.5. Logan Webb for the Giants. Nabel Chrismat for Arizona. Now Chrismat's 2-0 through 21 innings of work. Arizona starting to play some pretty good baseball here recently. They got the W in 4 out of their last 5 ball games. 7-3 straight up in their last 10. Of course, as a team, the D-backs are a top 5 run-scoring team. Ketel Marte, OPS of 905. Corbin Carroll, 25 stolen bases, OPS of 895. They're squaring off against a Giants team who definitely struggled against the NL West this season. They've got a losing record in their divisional games, 7-10 straight up in their divisional home games as well. 8 out of the Giants' last 10 gatherings with Arizona did get over the total. Actually saw their last 4 straight at Oracle Park get over the line as well. I like the Diamondbacks plus 105, over 7.5. Red Sox, Athletics, 10:05 East. Boston's $1.75. Totals 8.5. Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox. Luis Morales for the A's. Now, the Athletics are just 29-40 at Sutter Health Park. Pitching's been pretty shaky there. The A's allowed 9.5 hits a game in Sacramento. Bottom 3 in runs allowed as the home team. They're facing a Boston lineup who's got little problems getting base runners. They are a top 5 hit producing team. Trevor Story leads the team in homers and ribbies. Nathaniel Lowe with an OPS of 942. 6 out of Boston's last 10 ball games did get over the total. They actually averaged 5.2 runs a game in their last 10 gatherings with the A's. I like Boston minus 1.5 over 8.5 runs. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Rockies, Dodgers, 10:10 Eastern start. The Dodgers are the $3 favorite. Totals 9. Tyler Glasnow for the Dodgers. Chase Dollander for Colorado. Now, Dollander is just 2-12 with an ERA close to 7. And these Rockies pitchers have been the worst in Major League Baseball. They're allowing more hits a game than any other staff, dead last in strikeouts. And they're facing a dangerous Dodger lineup of sluggers, averaging 5.6 runs a game in their own ballpark. Shohei Ohtani, 48 homers, 90 RBI. Will Smith, OPS in the 900s. I like the Dodgers minus 1.5 over 9 runs. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like the under 8.5 in that Royals-Guardians matchup. Nationals plus $1.15 over 8. We're 3-0 in our last 3 underdog tier membership plays on my premium page. Phillies plus 105 over 8 runs. Cubs minus $1.25 over 8.5. Brewers minus $1.25 under 9. Twins plus 105 under 9.5. Padres minus 140 under 8. Mariners minus 1.5 under 8 runs. Diamondbacks plus 1.5 over 7.5 runs. Red Sox minus 1.5 over 8.5. Give me the Dodgers minus 1.5 over 9. With that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium page, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. It's going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks that Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.